Morning, folks. Taking a little casual stroll, trying to get my mind right. But today I'm going to get on my stump box. Very early in the morning, before a cup of coffee, I'm going to get on my stump box. And recently, developments in the news, people I've talked to, different folks, opinions, and certain things that have been discussed that made me realize that humanity is doomed simply because of our egos, false pride, and some of these low characteristics that many of us build up in society and lift up. False pride and ego. Thinking that this is all there is. And so you can act and do whatever you want and behave whatever way you like, right? Because people are under your thumb, and you can make people subjects and all of these things that you guys think in your heads. You may have a little money in your pocket, which is a piece of paper. So if you have a lot of paper, what is that really? When you talk about something that's invaluable, your souls, which is what I'm gonna get into, because all of your emotional energies are relative to your behavior, whether you believe that or not. When you're jealous and you're envious, you act out in ways to lash out at that person whom you feel is responsible for your pain. And it's illogical because this person is merely living their lives just like you are, or these people, and they don't owe you anything about what they want to do for their own lives or how they want to build themselves up. And part of your build-up mechanism is to tear another person down. And you have to find, you have to validate yourself by those means. You're separated, right? You don't realize, and a lot of you people, and this is not a spiritual talk, but it's a little bit, we're gonna go there a little bit, because your spirit, your ability to possess good vibes or negative vibes, their energy, right? It's completely, the main focus of why we're dealing with these things, why these behaviors are rampant in our society. A lot of people are being murdered, right? A lot of people are being swindled, and all of these I want to do whatever I want attitudes, right? Because you don't have to answer to anyone, right? And then that's the thing about how you look at things, because you're not gonna be answering to a person. So it's not like a anyone thing. You're an anyone, right? And you have that view, and because you believe that this is all there is, you don't think beyond, what's going on in the next go round. Because I keep telling you guys, and you can go back to your science books, energy never dies. If you can admit to me that your energy in motion, then where does that energy go? If nothing else in the universe, dissolves, things are displaced. Energy is merely something that gets displaced or transferred or something. But it never dies. And the reason why it never dies is because there's a source of power that all energy in this universe, right? You guys see these things, you look at these asteroids and anything you look at in the cosmos, right? And it operates on a certain schedule. Things move all in alignment, and that's not by accident. You like to believe that because you like to believe that you're so special that this is all there is. See, sometimes it's even proven to you in your faces, and you just want to, because you're so caught up in your lives and what you're doing, the bullshit, that you just want to hold on to that bullshit and put your trust in man versus something higher. So on that level, we're going to get spiritual, because it's why you're doing what you're doing. I talk about demonic bosses, demonic spirits. And if I'm talking about a demonic spirit, what I'm really saying is I'm talking about a negative entity, negative energy. So it's real, right? And these things get in people who are low in their hearts and have low vibrational vibes about, their self-esteem and certain things, and that makes them an empty house, a nice, suitable place for a low being to take residence. And the result will come out in the form of, you know, you being harmed some type of way. Because you're separate. You don't have to answer, right? You don't have to answer for anything. You put your faith in people, folks. When I work jobs, and let's use the job environment, because in these environments, you know, in some cases, the demonic energy, the dark energies, you know, permeate these spaces in these environments. It's almost like a cloud hovering over the building or something. And everyone, all of these low level people, right, who gravitate to low level energies, you know, the energies will attract them and they will attract the energies. You know, but you find these people who want to be somebody so badly that they literally put all of their trust in man, right? They don't want to look into their own selves for reason about something that could lift them up. You know, so they look to external sources to bring themselves up. So I worked at jobs, and I use the job. I love talking about these workplace environments, but you know, I remember working a job, and you know, you always had these supervisors who thought of themselves higher than what they were. And that's what I always talk about, this dutiful, you know, task thing. When you come to work and you dutifully do your job, it doesn't matter if you're the boss or you're just a regular employee, right? That company is who you're working for. You're just working for a business. You're making a paycheck. They give you a specific set of instructions that they want you to do over an 8-hour period or something, and you accomplish those things for the day, and you go home and you get a paycheck. But some people, because they're able to take an ink pen out, like I always say, and write someone's schedule down, that makes them God. You're not responsible for my soul, or, you know, the evolution of my soul, or anything that can deliver me to a place where I'm in happiness and constant understanding of things I don't understand. You can't deliver that for me. All you can do is write, I'm coming in at 7 o'clock and I'm getting off at whatever time, right? 4 or something. That's all you can do. You get it? And somehow, because, you know, you have access to that ink, that man-made ink, somehow that gives you a portal into someone else's soul that you have control over them. Because you'll try to do these things in many times. You'll see these people in many ways. At any opportunity afforded to them, they will try to do something to disenfranchise you, right? They don't respect your boundaries because they're exalted. They don't have to respect boundaries. But of course, you're going to respect theirs, right? And that's not fair. See? People don't want to be fair these days. You're separated, guys, right? You don't realize that you're being watched, or you don't realize that you know, that higher energies know what you do. Standing right there watching you do evil or contemplate evil or plot. Very conspiratorial people at these jobs because they don't like someone, and that not liking that person is nothing professional about these things. Never. It's always about some childhood thing, right? You didn't like that little boy, little girl in your class or something, so you went on a smear campaign. And it plays out in your present day environments where you harm people in ways that ruin their reputation. They can't get employed somewhere, and you're gleeful about that shit. You laugh and you're happy because you got something done that you wanted to do, not realizing that there was karma attached to all of your actions, set up by higher energy, right? The divine plan. See, this is what I'm talking about, spirituality, folks. You don't have to. We're not talking about church today. We're not getting into any religions or anything. We're not talking about that. We're talking about no, and we're talking about reality. But because you people are so removed from reality, you operate in these fashions. Because there's no consequence. Right? And then you're thinking, well, shit, if there's a consequence, you know, I got all my life to fix this. And that's where you're going wrong. You people, you exalted people with these power jobs, do not realize your life is not promised to you. You could wake up tomorrow and your legs don't work. You could wake up tomorrow and have to be changed or something, wear adult diapers or something. All of these things can happen. And there is a being who knows all of these things, who knows when it's going to happen to you. And because you mock highness, you laugh at it. I don't believe in this, I don't believe in that, right? You get your consequences. You know? I see this a lot though. Something trivial as a human, you get a nice car or something. You think you're better than other humans. You're not. The car can't fly, it can't do anything exceptional or anything other than, you know, drive you somewhere. But you believe because I have more money than you and I have a better car than you or something, I'm better than you. And you have to understand, folks, that when if I were just, let's pretend I'm not from this world. Let's pretend that I just visited here. I'm just a visitor, right? What would I think of you guys? Male and female, the human populace, what would I think of you? I would think that you're shallow. I would think that you're unintelligent. I would think that you're savage. I would look at everything you do every day. And everything that you actually do is motivated, right, by your low-level emotions. Jealousy. Jealousy simply means, in layman's terms, you have something I don't feel I have, and I'm mad at you for it. You should be punished. You should be punished because I don't have what you have. Even though you work for it, even though I'm a lazy fuck and I don't have any ambitions or nothing, I think things should just drop in my lap. That's what the average person walking around thinks. And embody and uplift, like I said earlier, these attitudes. Right? These aggressive attitudes. If I want something, I step on somebody and take it. If I do this, blah, 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 and all this stuff. Right? And it's a culture in the world of this narcissism. Right? Because all of you guys are living on this earth and breathing the same air. And that's another thing. You don't even realize that you have to breathe air to survive. The earth is alive. Don't you get it? If the earth were not alive, there would be no ample air supply for you to have. And all of you fucking fools out there, all of you breathe the exact same air, but somehow you have different people in their minds that think that they're separate. There's their word again. They're separate from the general populace. Right? Just think about that for a minute. Imagine a society where everything runs perfectly and all of the low-level characteristics that you guys show each other don't exist. And they're able to perfectly maintain a society. Somehow you guys can barely keep the shit together. Because everything that you have in this society is based on your low-level characteristics. If it's about money, that's a greed thing. That's an ego thing. See, everything that we do in this world is based on something low-level in us. Right? Bugs. So we put our trust in that higher paid person that can get us a little more money in our pocket because it's paper, and we just say, oh, we'll do anything. That's what I'm talking about, folks. You guys actually don't have any real life understandings of who you really are. You're not here for certain things, but you think you are. We're not going to take this time in this discussion to get into how these things came to be because it's too extensive to cover in this video. But the bottom line point is that you guys are dumb. You're not conscious. You're not aware of yourselves. You don't reflect about the things you do to other people. Right? You're selfish. You're arrogant. You're prideful. All of the low-level things. We're not getting biblical. We're not taking this to any scriptures or anything. I'm just telling you guys what you actually are. You're the type of people who feel so exalted that you will shun someone for not addressing you or greeting you, and you had no intentions in your heart of addressing these or greeting these people. I would see that every morning coming into work or something, going in the office. You got people in your office, you know, they sitting there having a conversation. You walk in, they make it a point to ignore you and then have the nerve to speak loudly about you being rude when you came in. You didn't speak to us. But you guys every day for a year have not spoken to that person. And then you have the nerve to not leave it there between you two guys. You have to take it to the whole office and then eventually to the whole workplace. So everyone can smear this person and shame them because they didn't exalt you. The flying monkeys can uplift something, some cause you have, some stupid ass cause. When none of you guys can look in the mirror and look at yourselves and say, you know what, I'm a piece of shit, but I want to be better. See, if you can at least say that and express that to yourselves, that's where you're cooking with gas, and that's where it starts. Right? None of you guys look at each other and say, that doesn't make any sense. That person was harmless in this situation. You're not even able to rationalize what's right. So you make all of the wrong decisions all of the time. So if I'm another being from somewhere, I don't respect you guys. I don't think anything highly of you. Right? You're warlike. You like to fight. You like to do a lot of things that just degrade your society and eventually will destroy your world because you're a fucking fool. Your low-level emotions, my need to have more than you, my need to say I'm better than you, and all of those things are why you people suck. All of those things. And every time I trace it back, it traces back to some money or something, some tangible shit that doesn't even have value, that'll rot out or something at some point. Your soul lives forever, folks. You don't have to believe me. I don't care if you don't believe me, because you're fools. Fools have been always around. All through our recorded history, we have had fools. And we'll have them even long after, you know, this population of people passes on. We'll have these fools running this earth, because they'll be passed down the information from previous fools. Right? You're not separated. You're all connected. You all breathe air. You all have the same organs. You get it? There are billions and billions of planets and solar systems and galaxies and everything in this universe. Trillions. More than the same grands at the beach. And you guys think it's all about you. You're so special and you're not even worth anything. Why would you be special? You're special because of your unique brand of foolishness. You're special because you're all fucking idiots. And if I were another being somewhere, we would all laugh at you guys, because we would say, that's the only place, that's the only world in this creation who doesn't know about higher reality, who doesn't know that they're not separate from everything else. We're looking at them and we're connected, but they seem to not understand that they're connected to all of this. So they separate and marginalize, and I'm in this group and you're in that group. Meanwhile, all of you fucking assholes have 2 eyes, a nose, and a mouth, and 2 ears. You don't look any different from anyone else, but somehow you're better. Right? So let's take the paper and let's switch it out with pebbles or something. Or let's switch it out with fucking plastic bottle caps. So if you have 1,000,000 bottle caps, which you're better than me now because you have 1,000,000 bottle caps. See, I'm trying to show you guys. Money is only a tangible thing. I don't care if it's abstract. I don't care if it's in Bitcoin. I don't care how you put it. Right? It's a construct to buy something. Because of the selfish nature of people, no one is going to start a business and create products that are going to benefit people just because for the sake of doing it and keeping the populace up or something. No one's going to do that. Right? If they can't make something off of it, they can't profit off of it, they don't want to do it. Now, all of you guys buy into that. Like, that's the ideal way to think. And this is why the societies get destroyed in the world. Right? This stomp box talk is about reality. The realness, the understanding that you're not separate from higher energy. You are a part of that higher energy. Right? Even dark energies don't realize that they're standing, right, in the hands of creation. Right? They're part of this thing too. The dualities of the universe, the positive energies and the negative. So if they don't believe that they were created, then aren't they ignorant? And those low entities get into you guys, and that same bullshit plays out in your lives. Except one thing. You have a lifespan. You're immortal. See, the demons know that they're going to be destroyed one day. They know that. And the fun of it is to get you to come along with them for the ride. They've been around way before you got here. Right? You see what I'm saying? So y'all come along for the ride. We're going to jump off this bridge together. Right? They already know what's coming to them, right? You're consulting with them for information because you're a fool. You know? I'm looking at the lowest level or the most scumbaggest thing on the earth, and I'm putting my life in his hands, right? If you believe that there's negative energy, obviously there's a polarity there, and there has to be positive energy. That works in any way you look at it, folks. So if you want to do bad things, if you want to gravitate to negative energy, what are you? Are you demonic? Are you a demoniac? See? Do you feel more comfortable in the dark energies and doing bad to people and hurting people? Do you feel more comfortable in that space versus not doing it? Because you don't have to go up to everyone and hug them. But if you just keep in your heart and reflect, even when you have bad days and bad thoughts, and you say to yourself, I could have been better today. I shouldn't have done that. That's why you get better. If 1 million people did that, just think about how much better the world would be. And because of your selfish, removed, detached natures, you all cannot get on the same page and do the right thing. So we're disgusted. People like me anyway. People that follow this channel. We're disgusted with you people in the world. We're not perfect. I'm not a fucking angel, right? And you guys have that distorted about these rigid rules that you want to follow. And they're leading you away from the real truth, right? Bunch of fucking idiots. Gravitating to the low-level energies and enjoying them and thinking, oh, I got plenty of time to ride this out. Do you really? What kind of deals did you make? Right? Do you realize that if you're dealing with a shyster, you're gonna get scammed? You do realize that, right? And if you don't care, maybe your self-esteem is so low that you just want anything to feel better, right? Any old bandage will do for this bullet wound, right? That's why you're jackass people. Don't go to your jobs, whether you're a boss or not, and think you're better than someone. You could literally wake up dead tomorrow. You could literally get in a car accident tomorrow. You have no power over that. If the earth was going to be destroyed today, you have no power over stopping that. The earth has the power. You have no fucking means of technology to stop nature from doing whatever it wants to do at the command, from the commands of a higher energy. And I'm using that, I'm using that term just for you people that don't really get it, because you want to think in a certain way. Oh no, the sun does not rise and set on your ass, folks. I just want you guys to understand that. You think you're separate, and that exalts you, but that is the thing that will damn your stupid asses one day. Fun and games now, right? You're in a burning pit somewhere. What can you do with $1 million in a burning pit? I want y'all to think about that. I'm not even going there, but I want y'all to think about that. What can you do with any money, any bottle caps, any pebbles on the ground, right? You value things that are dumb. And really the middle people are the reason why this is happening. Because I keep saying that I can't stand flying monkeys. You're the reason why all of this shit is happening. Because you guys are the consumers. You guys are the things that are you people use propaganda. You propagate it. You guys get all of that stuff, and because you all like a herd collectively move in that direction, everything else moves in that direction. The people who are disenfranchising you, they're a small group and they're laughing. The people who are trying to save you, they're a small group and they're fucking scratching their heads trying to figure out how to get this done. You middle people, right? The majority don't have a fucking clue, don't have a purpose, right? You're all on board for fuckery. You're all on board for taking from someone or doing whatever you will. You all for that shit. Tell somebody it takes from you. Then the interesting thing about karma is you reap what you sow. That is a fact. That is a law of the universe. What goes up must come down, right? See? If you're in a dual reality, if you're in a lower dense reality like you live in, this is why you guys struggle, because we live on this planet. This planet is dense. The conscious energy is dense here. It's harder for you to see things. If you could see things all the time, that would help you reinforce your understanding and knowledge of what really is. But you can't see. So things are further hidden from your dumb asses. Doesn't matter what those things are, whatever way they come, whatever form. Okay? We're talking a little bit too long. You're not separate. You're assholes, though. For all of the people who are not assholes, the people that are going to help me in this fight, the dogs in the fight, going over to my website, thinkbehavior.info. Pick up my book there, I Love Bad Behavior, which is discuss these types of people that we always seem to be conversing about and trying to understand. Right? You can pick that book up on Amazon as well. So go over there. You know, and you guys like, share, and subscribe to the channel. Okay? But I want you guys, really, and let's be serious for a minute. I'm going to get off here. Reflect on yourselves. Understand that you're one person. If you change something about yourself, maybe your neighbor may change. And if a great deal of y'all change, we can all look at each other and say, oh shit, there's something going on here. There's something positive we're seeing that's pushing us in a better direction. We're doing better. We're acting better. You get it? Have a nice day.